Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Boxer Baddies. My name is Ethan, and we are about to embark on a journey together, building an EJ25. So, I figured I would start this entire series by starting at the drawing board and going through parts, figuring out what we need for our client to build the baddest Subaru we can within the budget. So, let's go ahead and hop right into it. We're going to go to our desktop, and we're going to get in here and we are going to type import image racing. That is where I am going to, let me move this over here. That is where I'm going to be ordering the majority of the parts from. I am a partner to Import Image Racing, and they have done very, very good work for my build, which you can see here, but they are also going to provide us with the parts for this build. So let me explain a little bit what's going on with this build right now. So we are going to be building this car for Carlos. He is in a STI, and it is a 2014, I want to say. And what's happened that sparked all of this is he was driving on the freeway and he pushed the clutch in, and the clutch pedal stayed on the floor. And so he was not able to get the clutch pedal to work again. He had me come take a look at it. It's obviously something mechanical because the clutch fork is completely shot. Something's wrong with it. So I said, hey, I can open it up for you, fix the problem, and get it running again. And he said, well, we might as well just go ahead and build the whole thing. So I'm going to have the engine out. It's going to get all of the throwout bearing, everything fixed, probably replace the clutch fork as well. It's just looking a little shoddy. Mind, this car only has 30,000 miles, and it's a 2014. He found it all the way down in Texas, and it was in really good shape. But for some reason, the throwout bearing or clutch fork or something is acting up. It's definitely not mechanically sound in the bell housing. So he said, let's go ahead and build it. So we're going to do a new clutch, new flywheel. We're going to figure out the throwout bearing issue. I think the master slave and all of that works just fine. It looked like it was operational. It's definitely something mechanical with the fork. And then as far as building the car, we'll be balling on a budget. So what we need to do is we need to prepare this car for, his goal is about 500 wheel horsepower. Anywhere from 450 to 500 wheel horsepower, which kind of leaves us right in this gap where we don't necessarily need to close deck the block, but we're definitely going to have to do some power mods to make sure that we don't run into ringland failure, make sure we don't have any valve float or anything like that. I think he'll probably be okay on stock springs and retainers. If he really wants to get saucy with it, we can do some like GSC springs and retainers, but we're going to kind of throw together a basic list, and I'm going to make some tiers for him that he can choose from. But of course, the thing that we need the most important is going to be the piston heads. I'm going to suggest the Manly pistons for him. So why don't we go ahead and hop back on to Import Image Racing, and let's look at Manly Pistons STI. And let's see what we can find. We're definitely going to need drop-in pistons. He only has 30,000 miles on the block. I feel like his bore and everything is going to be fine. We'll take the block apart and we'll see how his cylinder walls look, but they should be fine. If we run into a problem, then we're definitely going to have to send the block out for machining, but hopefully we're okay. We can just slide in the new drop-in pistons and we'll be good to go. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so this looks like this is the drop-in. Manly pistons are available in standard size. Yeah, because we're not going to overbore anything. We're going to just drop these bad boys right in. These seem like they're the drop-in. Let's just go ahead and look up standard STI bore size. 99.5, and these are 99.5. So these are the drop-in pistons. So all we got to do is snag these guys, drop them in, and they should work just fine. And I'll clarify this with Import Image before I order them. Dane from Import Image, awesome guy. He will definitely clarify this for us, but we are going to go ahead and save this link, and we are going to paste it into our list. We'll just do a word pad. We'll drop it on there, and we'll just say Manly pistons. And these are going to cost us $581. So $581.78. All right. So we have our first item there. Next, let's go ahead and look up our clutch and flywheel assembly. I love using ACT. ACT makes some really, really good ones. That's currently what I'm running in this car here. It is the Extreme, I believe. Heavy duty street clutch. See, I thought I had the ACT Extreme. We also want to get a flywheel for this guy. Yeah, this is it. So I got the ACT Extreme Duty Street Clutch. That's what I have. Usually there's a bundle deal where you can get the flywheel and the clutch together, and that is what I am looking for. I don't see it. I only see the Street Sprung Clutch. Might have to do separate order, but at least when I bought it in a package, and they gave all of it to me together. So we can just do it separately then. All right, let's go ahead and add this one to the cart. $666. Okay, now back to the flywheel, which I did see here. ACT STI. This is it. $357. Good. Okay, we have the clutch, we have the flywheel, and it comes with the throwout bearing, which was the whole reason this all started. Now we need, if we're going to rebuild this engine, we need an STI full gasket kit, because that's going to be very important when reinstalling everything. We are also going to need the head studs. STI 2004 through 2021. I think this is it right here. This is exactly what we need. $219. So let's go ahead and drop that on our list there too. Boom. And let's see if we can find that gasket kit we were originally searching for. Seal kits, full Subaru OEM gasket and seal kits. This looks like that's it. If you didn't know, the Subaru OEM head gaskets are the best you can buy. I know that there's the joke going around about bad, Subaru head gaskets, whatever. But nowadays, the Subaru OEM head gasket is one of the best you can buy. I will always buy the OEM. They're very good. This is going to give you absolutely everything you need, because we're going to be stripping down the entire engine, and we are going to make use of a lot of these pieces. $296.78. Okay. Now, he also wanted to get the STI Cobb fuel pressure regulator. This is it right here, the regulator kit. So that's another $300 here. Okay, now another thing that I told him to get, which is pretty important too, and it really helps, is the Cobb fuel pressure sensor. This is exactly what we want here. I didn't realize it was that expensive for that kit, but let's go ahead and add that in for him, because that was something that we talked about. Okay, now let's keep on moving. We have fueling down. He already has the injectors. He's planning on doing a bigger turbo and really maxing out this block. But for now, he's going to keep the budget low and just build what he has to do to set him up for the bigger turbo. Sounded like he wanted to do something like the FP Black, and we just got to get the car ready for that as much as we can while keeping him within his budget. So now that our fueling is done, he wanted TGV deletes. So let's go ahead and check out TGV deletes. If you ever build one of these cars, they're just so annoying to deal with. I didn't know they made caps. That's kind of cool. Caps to protect the things there. I know Torque Solutions makes one. No? Is TGV part of the BPA thing now? Or they don't... Oh, you know what? They may have gotten rid of them because emissions and things, and I think TGVs might have something to do with that. And I think that's why I'm not seeing anything for TGV deletes. I don't see anything. I see thermal intake spacers. No, that's not it. We're gonna have to go somewhere else. We're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do about this, because I am not seeing any TGV deletes. So let's go ahead and try another website here. There we go. Torque Solution. I really like Torque Solution. They did a good job. That's them. Discontinued. I'm telling you. I am telling you. You can no longer buy TGV deletes, I think. This is so weird. Guys, what are we going to do? TGV deletes do not exist. There's got to be a site that sells them. Subies Speed. All right, Subies Speed. Are they going to come in clutch? Why do I not see them? There's zero. TGV EGRs. There's nothing. This is getting a little freaky, chat. It looks like they're trying to get rid of it. All right. IAG, they're coming in clutch. They're selling them. Yeah, see right here. I acknowledge that the installation or use of this product violation of federal law because it's a racing. Yeah, okay. So that's what's going on. I was right. Just get it. What the heck? Let's buy this. We need to buy these like soon because they're probably gonna go away. 278.99, and that is our TGVs. So when we get the block down, we're only gonna be replacing the piston heads. We're not gonna worry about springs or retainers, I don't think, this time around. If we want to, we can drop it in and do it optional. Back over to import image here. GSC, springs, retainers. I think this is it with the titanium. This is it. So if he wants to do that, we have that here, and I'm gonna mark it in red as something optional. We'll say springs, retainers, 266.48. Going back to the heads, spark plugs. We need spark plugs. Do the one-step colders, and we will throw that into the build. Those are on sale at $34.99. Okay, so now we were talking a little bit about flex fuel, so let's just see what a flex fuel kit would cost us if he wanted to get the flex fuel kit. $600. Okay, so let's go ahead and add what we have here. This is going to be pretty much basic stuff. Let's actually, I want to check one more thing. If we decided to throw rods in this STI rods, the STI rods can hold up to like 600. They do pretty well around 600 level. I don't think he needs rods. I think he'll be fine. So I'm not going to add that. I'm not going to include that in his build. And that's those numbers are what I've been told by my tuner as well. He said, don't worry about him. They'll be fine. He's never had a problem with rods, and he's tuned a bunch of these cars. So now we get down to business here. We're going to go ahead and calculate for him what all of these prices are. I do work with Import Image Racing, so they might be able to help us out a little bit. So let's go ahead and pull up a calculator. Okay, 581.78. 666 plus 357 plus 219 plus 296.78 plus 300 plus 225 plus 278 34.99 equals 2,960, and we're gonna go ahead and multiply that times our sales tax, 1.07. All right, we are looking at $2,962 if I did that correctly. That is not including springs and retainers or the flex fuel kit. It's expensive to build these cars, no doubt. It is very expensive. Now, if he really, really wanted to, he could do without the fuel pressure sensor for right now. That can always be added later. So if we wanted to cut that out, we can make that optional for him. So I'll make that an optional purchase, and we will take out, give or take with the tax and stuff, we'll just say $235. So we're down to 2,700. Everything else I think he should get. The regulator I think he should get. And the biggest gouge is going to be the pistons themselves. The clutch and flywheel is really killing them. But that's kind of where we're at for this build so far. So I wanted to make this video for you guys so that way you could kind of see how much it is to build an engine out. And we're not even really building the engine out. We're adding pistons. Pistons. That's it. We're adding pistons, head studs. Some of the money gets sucked out when you pull the block apart. You got to put it back in as far as like the gaskets and the seals go. So that's where some of the money is draining into. Otherwise, it is just expensive to build these cars. And a lot of it too is coming from that clutch and flywheel setup. But if he wants to push higher power, the OEM clutch is going to just get destroyed. That's exactly what happened to mine. And that is actually in my clutch video that I made. I'm gonna see if I can make this work right there at the clutch video. Check that out, and you can see what happened to my clutch. Because this build that he wants to do right here is almost exactly what I have in my car. So it's gonna be pretty fun to do, and I've already done it before, so it's gonna be a breeze. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. The next video is going to be us diving into that build and getting some of the parts, you know, getting them delivered. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, just kind of watching us go through parts and figuring out what we need. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. We'll see you later. Thank you for watching Boxer Baddies. Skia.